Welcome back to Mehl's Mountain Garage. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe if you like the content. Check out my other videos. Let me know what you think. Leave me some comments, questions, anything. I'll get back as soon as I can. This time around, I'm going to work on my 2007 Chevy HHR LT. It has got a 2.2 liter Ecotec, same engine in some Saturns and probably some Buicks. Not entirely sure, I'd have to look it up. Chevy Cobalts for sure. They came in 2 liter, 2 liter, and 2.4 liter. The 2 liters were turboed. This is a 2.2 liter. It has a 5-speed manual. It's a total crap fest in there. I have FE5 suspension on it, which is the SS suspension. I have the non-Brembo SS front brakes on it. And I'm running a 245 tire for those that are interested on an 18-inch wheel. It's got MagnaFlow exhaust with a 2.5-inch downpipe. Now I'm going to do a couple, 2-3 videos. They are all going to be short. I've gotten a good bit of interest on the HHR. They're kind of a niche car. Not everyone likes them. And no, it's not a freaking PT Cruiser. This video, I'm going to do something super simple. If you don't already know, I'm going to show you how to change the oil. The Ecotec 2.2s, no matter what the body that it's in, should all be the same. It's pretty simple. I'm going to do it on a lift. You can do it in your driveway. You can do it on jack stands. You can do it on ramps. And it's just a matter of a large socket and a wrench and a drain pan. With the HHR on a lift, I'll now drain the oil. Again, you can do this in the driveway, on ramps, jack stands. I mean, anything, if you're skinny enough and you can get under there. But there is our oil pan. That is a 15mm bolt. If it's really old and crusty, get a 6-point on it. If you don't have a 6-point, hopefully it's all right for you. I'm just going to use this gear wrench. Pull the drain plug. Don't lose it. Let it drain. Once your oil is drained out, I let it run for a bit so it's just dripping. I like to put my drain plug in almost completely closed. And I like to get some brake clean. Make sure I get any residue off of it, so there's no oil drips and there's no worries of me thinking I got an oil leak that I don't have later on. There's no need to kill these. Please don't use impact guns. Don't use 1/2-inch ratchets and breaker bars, because I have repaired split cast oil pans. When in doubt, get online and look for the torque specs. With your oil changed, go on ahead and take off the oil filter cap. This is a cartridge type oil filter, not unlike the BMWs and a multitude of other vehicles. If you've been around a long time, they used to all use cartridge oil filters before the spin-ons. So we'll pop this guy off. You can see on the intake manifold there is a cutout there. And once I get this socket and ratchet, you'll see why that cutout's there. Do yourself a favor and put some towels, or if you've got absorbent material, pig mat or something like that, stick it around there just to keep yourself from making a mess. With my absorbent material in place, I've got an 1 1/4 socket. It is a 1/2-inch drive. You can't really get in there with a wrench or anything else. I'm using a 6-inch extension. I do not have a videographer, so look where my hand is. I got this loose. If you haven't changed your oil in a while, or you take it to a shop, some guys really tighten it on there. And unfortunately, I've had these break. There you can see the cutout I was talking about on the intake manifold. makes room for the socket. In the end, I don't have them super tight. I can normally get it off by hand. Do yourself a solid. Once you get it loose, take the extension off the socket. If not, you'll bind it up between. And then you got your absorbent material there. And there's your cartridge filter. You can see I got some oil and absorbent material. And there is our empty oil filter housing. Ensure you do not have the O-ring stuck in there. Look for debris and materials. And we'll be ready to put the new one in. I buy my oil filters in bulk. You can go to any, big box auto parts store. You can go to Rock Auto if you choose. I love Rock Auto. I order a lot from Rock Auto. Sometimes you get closeout items. You can always find exactly what you need. No, I'm not being sponsored, but I mean, I would like to be. So yeah, I buy them in bulk because I drive so much. I change my oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. I use conventional oil, not synthetic, because I drive so much. Here's the new filter. It is a cartridge filter. They typically give you a new O-ring and your cartridge. Ensure your cartridge filter has the O-ring on the tip. That's what goes into the housing, and you can see there's little clips, and that's what snaps the filter into the cap. Oil filter and cap, they normally pop apart with a little bit of effort. This green O-ring is an OE style O-ring, and as long as it's not defective, honestly, I continue to use it because it doesn't leak. Oftentimes with a replacement O-ring, sometimes they're not quite right and you'll get a leak. I'm not saying that's true every time, and I just put it on the bench. You heard it click together. It's together. That's it. I leave the oil on the threads, leave it on the O-ring. It helps push it back in. Drop your cartridge in the filter housing. Thread it down by hand. If it doesn't start threading by hand almost all the way in, you've got a problem. Don't force it. Don't He-Man it down. Don't crank it down. Get your socket and ratchet and tighten her up. Again, don't kill it. I run it down till it stops and then just give it a little bit of tweak. It's only plastic. You will break it and you will be hosed. I use some brake clean to get all the oil off of it. This particular year engine calls for 530. I believe it calls for 4.7 quarts. Maybe 4.8, I think it's 4.7. At this time, you would put your additives or whatever you choose to put in it. I'm just gonna put straight old 530 in it and call it good. Once you've put the correct amount of oil, as I said, this should be 4.7 quarts, but that's why we have a dipstick. That yellow guy right there. Put in 4 quarts and you can go from there until it gets full. Now, I may get some questions, or some of you may be wondering, this is a 2.2 Ecotec, so it is the same engine in a good deal of GM vehicles for a long time. This is one of the global engine platforms. This particular engine has an engine cover on it. The air filter is in the back. I'm going to do another video. Look for it in one of the panels or links above. What I want to point this out is the oil filter tube. You see right there, it is an extension tube, right? So this tube right here runs from the top of the valve cover, and that is what you see there. So your engine might just have an oil cap right on top of the valve cover, rocker cover, depending on where you're from and what you call it. In my case, I've got the extension tube, and that's where you put the oil. After you've started the car up and you filled it up with your 4.7 quarts or your required amount of oil, start it up, if I didn't already say that. This way here the oil gets through the filter because it can hold a quarter more. And you can see there's the oil, and there's our oil line, and it correlates almost right to the top. Now I did 4.8 quarts. Then go on ahead and mark your mileage down, keep it in a logbook, maybe get yourself a sticker. Sometimes the oil filters you buy give you those snazzy little clear decals. You can Sharpie mark your mileage and put them on your windshield. I just track it in my phone. And there you go. I mean, you could take it to somewhere and do it. If you're like me, when I do my oil change, I also check my oil, check the air in my tires, I rotate my tires, lubricate the front end if there's grease fittings. Oftentimes doing the oil change by yourself can cost more than actually taking it to a quick lube or something. The thing is, again, when you're doing it, you're putting the Mobil one you want. You're putting whatever brand oil that you want with the filter, and you know for a fact it's going in there. And not only that, you get to check out other things. So thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was short enough. Check out some other ones for the HHR. I'm going to be filming them all tonight and trying to upload them all for you guys to watch. Maybe some questions, comments, and concerns. I try to get back straight away. And have a good one. If you haven't already done it, please hit that like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications of future videos. Check out my Instagram at Mehl's Mountain Garage. Thanks again. Thanks for watching.